Today we want to walk you through a very basic youth football play that we think adds tremendous value to both sides of the ball. If you're teaching 7, 8, 9, all the way up through 10, 11, 12-year-olds, because of the execution of the fundamentals and the techniques that must take place on both sides of the ball for this play to be run and to be defended. So let's just start with the individual techniques, the individual assignments in here, because to us, that's what's important about youth football. So we'll start on the play side over here. And with the play side, a down block, when you've got the leverage on the outside, which you have here with your wing and your tight end and also your tackle, those are fundamental blocks that must be taught. And they can be executed poorly, and people can win underneath, people can win over the top, and so those are blocks that need to be taught, and they are taught for this play right here. Now, we all understand the value of a pull, all right? Getting someone outside with leverage, but that doesn't happen automatically. There's a technique that this right guard has to get in the stance, and they have to throw their right elbow, they have to open up their right hip, they have to get their right toe pointed outside. All of those things can be taught on this football play right here. Now, the center block right here is something that's rarely ever taught in youth football. This guard, or excuse me, the tackle right here can do a good job, but this defensive player will chase this ball down inside out with penetration if the center doesn't do a good job right here of working with the tackle and then working up to the backer. So something that's rarely taught. Now, very underrated. On the backside, everybody here has to understand what a cutoff block is. In other words, your defender can't win here. They have to go here in order to escape you. And so all of these things are important. And you notice I've talked about the offensive line first. Now, we talked here at FirstDown PlayBook a lot about the value of a dive play as one of the early plays in youth football to run. And it's a handoff. But eventually your quarterback is going to learn to pitch the ball. And this is a reverse out. Most of the time, it would be more natural for a youth quarterback to open up this way and then the toss. But a lot of, as you get into high school or college, these linebackers are going to be looking at the quarterback, all right? And so if the quarterback opens up this way, it's going to freeze this linebacker and freeze this linebacker just enough to where now your pulling guard, your lead back are going to have a better chance of executing their blocks. All right, the back that's catching the toss, once again, a fundamental of looking the ball in, making sure you secure the toss. But more importantly, not more importantly, but as important is understanding that you're going to try to give all your blockers a chance to reach the defense. And you want to stretch that defense. If someone makes it outside, you will jump cut back inside and make that play. But initially, this play is designed to get outside of everyone. And finally, not a downhill lead block like you get a lot, all right, but you've got a lead block on the perimeter. Once again, teaching this fullback or whatever you want to call him, we call him a 4 here, that you're looking to get the outside leverage. You're getting the outside number, all right, of this player right here, all right, so that you've got leverage and now your back can get outside. So these are all the reasons that we love this play as something to teach on a youth football level. And then we also want you to understand with FirstDown PlayBook that you can flip this play and teach it from the defensive level too. So keep this in mind as you're beginning to install for your youth football offense, that this offensive play right here, a tall sweep out of a split back formation with 3 tight ends, would be a good place to start.